Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to Celebrate a Night Out. It promises to be another beautiful and interesting episode with your boy DT Worldwide and your girl
Hanan
Hanan. On tonight's episode, we're actually starting on a very beautiful and interesting note. My man, Trey Song, the Trey Way,
And Chris Brown.
and Chris Breezy, yeah.
Chris Breezy, the
Yeah,
man.
yeah, the man, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually out. Trey Song is actually out with a banging brown new single. After a while, it's been off the scene. And this is titled
Chi Chi.
Chi Chi.
Chi Chi. It's a great music video. It's very simple but effective. I would say some disco vibes in there.
Yeah, disco vibes and there's some Chi Chi chicks and all over the video.
Yeah, some nice Chi Chi chicks.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, guys, check them out. Trey Song. On my Chi Chi zone. Check them out. Beautiful video, guys.
Bentley GT, skirt, BB, girl, meet me in my bed. I'ma go down, ride them Chi-Chis on my ski, got me on repeat, just wanna freak me. Girl, I know you ain't from around here. Shut up, make you come easy. What up, pussy come easy. She gon' make me go insane when I kiss your lips, kiss your shit, when you spit on it. Girl, I'ma let you feel that drip. Don't overthink or analyze. Feel that tip, slow motion when I'm inside. Take that don't give me no lip. Yeah. You laying on your stomach and I'll grip them hips tight. Don't you think about running from me when I slip inside? Yeah. Bentley GT, skirt, BB, girl, meet me in my bed. I'ma go down, ride them Chi-Chis on my ski, yeah. Got me on repeat, just wanna freak me. Girl, I know you ain't from around here. Shut up, make you come easy. What up, pussy come easy. Down, no.
Yeah, that was a great video by Trey Song featuring Chris Brown. So let's talk about Chris Brown a little bit. He was caught up with this whole, rape allegation in Paris, and after he actually, is it like a coincidence that he actually was caught up with this whole rape allegation? Was arrested by the French police. Based on the May allegation of sexual assault. This actually is happening after he owned the right to his tapes, like a big deal for his future, career. So what's up with all that?
I mean, we can say that there is someone trying to destroy his chances at uplifting his career. But I don't know. It might just be a coincidence. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But I think this whole thing is actually a setup, because the fact is that, we always talk about this whole, we're always in this topic of, ladies or groupies, as the case may be, coming up to say celebrities actually raped them, actually abused them sexually. Yeah, we all actually know that, there are certain celebrities that goes beyond the board, in trying to get what they want, But the point remains that an artist like Chris Brown is, the ladies' man, like a kind of guy that every lady, a lot of ladies, not every lady, I'm so sorry,
Yeah.
we want to chill with, want to have a good time with. But what is really, annoying in this whole situation is the fact that why is the rape allegation coming up in a time when he's actually owning the right to his masters? Like, this is the first in history of, he's the youngest artist to actually own his masters in the music history. So that's a lot for him, actually. And the man was like, man, I got a daughter, so why should I, want to do, be caught up in such a shit? And right now, we're not even hearing stories about the lady who was behind the whole rape allegation, where we learned that the French police actually apologized, that it was a false accusation. But the fact still remains that how come we're not hearing the story about the lady anymore? So what's up with ladies coming up with allegations all the time?
Yeah, we have
celebrities?
these stories come and go all the time, and I think these ladies just take the opportunity when it comes to either get famous or get some money out of it. And there doesn't have to be proof you know, because it's such a big story and it's involving a celebrity that it's
Yeah.
gonna create some hype either way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
it. That's
it's
it.
not really about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
accusations. It's
Yeah.
about the whole everything around it, you know.
Yeah, everything around it, and I also think that most of these celebrities, most of these ladies, are actually in this whole thing, so they can actually get like famous because Chris Brown actually did well for not exposing the lady behind this, and I also think that the team, the Chris Brown security team, must be careful of the kind of ladies that they allow into the hotel room of the artist.
Definitely.
Because most of the ladies, they're not even in there because they want to have a good time. They're actually in there to make fame for themselves.
They have
I mean,
false,
the lady who comes to accuse Chris Brown of raping. I mean, why should a Chris Brown? That's the fact. Like anyone, you guys can actually argue on this on the comment section. But let's talk about it. Why should a lady be raped by? Why should Chris Brown rape a lady? It makes no sense to me.
He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. Like, I mean,
It's
it makes no
it's
sense to me.
it's just that plain and simple.
Yeah, so that's not being disrespectful to the ladies, but the
Of
fact
course,
still remains
but
that
yeah.
why is this story actually coming up at a time the guy is actually owning the right to his tapes? That's really that sounds kind of crazy to me.
Yeah,
you know?
it could be a conspiracy.
It could be a conspiracy. Yeah,
Could be.
that's it. Yeah. So what's up with 6ix9ine? We actually heard that 6ix9ine, it's getting a lot of trouble with his career right now.
Trouble.
First of all, he was arrested last November for I was arrested for racketeering by the FBI, racketeering actually by the
Racketeering,
FBI,
yeah.
by the FBI, and the thing
kinds
is,
of
it was
shit.
actually last November that he was arrested, and he was supposed to be like the case against him because he was involved in this whole gang situation, and he joined the gang, the gang called the Night Out Dtee gang, and this is one of the gangers famous with robbery, selling of drugs and many more criminal cases.
Yeah.
And it's really crazy because he is supposed to be facing like
9
49
counts.
years to life imprisonment.
Yeah,
but
almost 9 counts of.
he actually confessed to
charge.
9 count. He actually admitted to, confessed and admitted to a crime and of 9 count charge against him. So which is gonna reduce his prison sentence. So what's up with this guy?
I mean, he really ruined his chances big time, didn't he?
Big time.
Big time. He had a new song. What was it?
He had a new song. Like, this guy has got like his career was actually on the rise.
Yeah, it was
And
it was Bebe.
He got a great song. Like, imagine the last stuff he did before he went in prison last year, 2018 November. He had like the song Bebe.
Bebe.
Guys, check him out, Bebe. Over, I think it's actually over a billion, like almost getting to 500 million views right now. Guys, check him out, Bebe by 6ix9ine.
Haciendo el amor a la misma vez tú te tocas. Bebé, no te pasa nada, vuélvete loca. Y tu novio te trata mal, él no te controla. He said,
Mi diablita, ella se pone pornográfica en la intimidad y su marido no la valora y la deja sola. Y yo siempre la estoy esperando con mi pistola y conmigo ella siempre se moja. Bebecita, tu hombre te ama pero tú le eres infiel, porque tú eres una diabla dentro de una mujer. Y cuando se esconde el sol tú quieres beber y es Lucifer.
bebecita, tu hombre te ama pero tú le eres infiel. Porque tú eres una diabla dentro de una mujer. Y cuando se esconde el sol tú quieres beber y a Lucifer. Baby,
so guys, that was a great video by 6ix9ine, real name Tekashi. You know, actually he actually, like we said before, he pleaded guilty, you know, to the 9-count charge against him.
Yeah, his
you know.
official sentence is on the January 23rd, 2020.
Yeah.
And yeah, he is given a minimum of 47 years. But as we said, he did apologize and he did plead guilty, so his sentence might be reduced.
Yeah.
So let's hope, because he is a great artist and he has some great songs. So really, it is a shame that he has to spend half of his life in prison.
Yeah, we cannot tell, because actually, like you said, the prison, you know, time for him is going to be announced on the 23rd of January 2020, and we don't know if he's going to be like 3 years, 10 years, 5 years. But if he never pleaded guilty, he said he would have been getting like 47 to, you know, life imprisonment. I mean, I don't get it. Like, you know, I don't mean to judge nobody, but what is the real sense in an artist who is actually on the ladder of his career? Like, this guy got famous, like started getting famous in 2017. And that was when he joined the gang newly. But from that period, you know, he was also involved. I think there was a time he fired, you know, his team, which were actually, you know, the Treyway gang members. You know, the leader of the gang, Shorty, was actually, you know, caught, you know, in a conversation by the FBI on their conversation that they're trying to actually murder this guy,
Tekashi.
6ix9ine Tekashi.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, you know, the story was related to him, like, hey dude, someone's trying to kill you.
Yeah, and
yeah.
What do you think, like, what's gonna happen once he's in prison? Because American prisons, they're tough, and you know, anything can happen.
So he's gonna be meeting up with the 9 Trey gang in the prison.
Yeah.
And apparently, in the whole situation in the prison life is that if he is in prison, his life is endangered. If he's out of prison, his life also going to be endangered, because he actually fired the team of the Trey gang, you know, the Treyway gang, you know, which was headed by Shorty, who is the gang leader. Is actually snitching on the gang. That's actually why his prison sentences will be, you know, a sentence will be reduced, because he's actually snitching on the gang. And currently, like, you know, we don't know, like, he actually apologized in the court for all the wrongs he's done, like he's cooperating with the federal government, and the point is they may have to reduce his sentences, but does he really have like the finances to back up, you know, his security, or to beef up his security when he's out? Because the gang is going to be after him, either in prison or out of the prison. You know,
I mean, the finances could help him in the prison. He could potentially bribe the guards to protect him.
But he could be out and face a serious situation. But we're not talking so much. It's about the consequences that comes up with his career, putting himself in the jeopardy and difficult situation. But this is the same situation with XXXTentacion. You know, he was also involved in this whole gang, you know, violence thing, and you know, the young man was, you know, in his teenage
20s.
age, you know, he's 20.
He was 20.
And he was 20 when he was actually killed. So I mean, a promising young man. So, you know, this whole thing about gang, I don't really know. Like, Chalks, what's up? You're American, so what's up with, you know, this young dude getting into gangs? Like, what's the big deal about being a gang member? How does it make anyone feel being a gang member?
It basically deals with your origin. You know, most people who are in gangs, they grew up around it, so they have that mentality. And for a lot of them, it's hard to leave it, especially when they start getting money. And you know, they can buy things, they can hang out, they become more of a status, and they're, you know, it's power. You know, first you get the money, then you get the power, and then you get the girls. You know,
it feeds your ego.
Yeah, you know, so it's a hard system. And over the last 20 years of all of hip hop, he's not the first, and he's not going to be the last.
Oh, so that's
there
it.
you go.
There we go.
We the best music. Another one. DJ Khaled.
You stick out of the crowd, baby, it's a no-brainer. It
it ain't that hard to choose. Him or me, be for real, baby, it's a no-brainer. You got your mind on loose. Go hard and watch the sunrise. One night it change your whole life. Pop top, drop top, baby, it's a no-brainer. Put 'em up if you with me, yeah, 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 yeah. In the middle.
Mama told you don't talk to strangers. But when you ride in that drop, you can't explain it. What you been waiting on this whole time? I blow the brains out of your mind. And I ain't talking about physically, I'm talking about mentally. She look like she nasty. She look like she classy. She just look at her dancing. Look at her, she looking. I took her to the mansion.
You stick out of the crowd, baby, it's a no.
Yeah, so Hanan, what's up with DJ Khaled? What's going
Oh yeah,
on with him?
DJ Khaled's friend Buju just got out of jail after 10 years.
Whoa, Buju
Yeah.
Banton.
Yeah, that
Whoa.
guy. And he is really looking forward to some great years ahead, as well as DJ Khaled. You know, he tried to motivate Buju to look up to better years in front of his life and really focus on the positive and just focus on his career and making money.
Yeah, that's great. That's great because actually, we actually seeing a picture of, DJ Khaled and Sizzla amidst all the whole criticism from, the whole conspiracy theory, in the Caribbean. Some of these people are coming up like, yeah, it's about the business. Yeah, of course it's about the business. But the point is, Khaled has always been supportive of the career of Buju Banton, and they've been old-time friends. So there's nothing wrong about him visiting his friend after he's been in incarceration for over close to 10 years. He was actually involved in a drug situation. Not like he was directly involved in the drug, but he was involved in a cartel that was supposed to move in some kilos of heroin to America. But that was what led him to being in jail for about 10 years now. But the point still remains that he's actually set for his tours that's going to be started that's going to continue from the month of March and up in there. So Buju Banton is a very great artist. So there's nothing wrong with Khaled visiting him in Jamaica and also supporting the whole career and encouraging him to be committed to what he's actually into. Actually, we actually see Sizzla, and the family, taking DJ Khaled around in the island, and it was really fun. Guys, check them out. Khaled and Sizzla, they're all having good time in the Caribbean island. Check them out. It's cool.
I want it. Blood is on your shoulder. You cannot kill like tomorrow. Murder. I lose it alone. How does it feel to take a life of another? Blood is shoulder. Kill like today. You cannot kill like tomorrow. I lose it alone. How does it feel to take a life? You can hide from one foot on your conscience. Oh no, you're the bird that's psychologically why not violence and then the first to be conquered by the survey. What make you disobey? Walk through the valley, I fear the pestilence. Just have me with me.
And what do you think about Buju needing the support? Like, people who come from prison, they need emotional support.
Yeah, they need emotional support. He's actually cleaning himself off the whole negative feelings and imagination, because, every artist has got a moment in their career where they get so much of
shit on their head.
Yeah. And it was actually a good thing that he went back to the island and he was actually in the beach, had a good time with himself, cleaning himself from all negative feelings, and I think he's actually in the studio right now working on a great comeback. You know his stuff. Everybody knows that Buju is actually a great artist. Like, who doesn't know Destiny? Mama, look at where you call it Destiny. I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah.
There was good and evil. We chose good. Why raise the time of the Most High, ye sons of men? The rich man's wealth is in the city. Yeah. Destruction of the poor is his poverty. Lord, destruction of your soul is vanity. Yeah, yeah. Do you hear? I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah, I wanna rule my destiny. Whoa, destiny. Mama, look from when you call me. Destiny. Mama, look from when you call it. I wanna rule my destiny. Yeah, yeah. Oh, help I please. Jaja, make me rule my destiny. Oh, Lord, I've been blessed, I've been touched.
Yeah, the guy was really like great and was really doing a good job.
When we're talking about reggae artists, there's a new one, Coffee.
Yeah. Coffee, yeah. What's up with Coffee?
Coffee came out with a new video.
Whoa.
It's called Throne.
Throne.
It's great. It's great reggae vibes. The music, the flow, everything is perfect. You know, it's a great hit. I think it's gonna do very well in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah. I think Coffee is really rising. The last time we talked about Coffee, and you know,
she's 18 now.
Yeah, she's 18 now. She actually started her
18.
career in 17, and she's 18 now. We had like the little song you talked about in the last episode. You know, he's actually with Chronix. Chronix is a Grammy award-winning artist, and you know, Chronix has actually been very inspiring. We know that we also notice that in the Caribbean music industry, there's this kind of snitching and, you know, criticism and hate among every one of them. It's always like an African problem, you know. Back in Africa, you see artists not supporting each other, you know.
They're having feuds.
Unnecessary feuds and all that. But the point still remains that, you know, we're looking up to a very great future for Coffee. And guys, check them out. Brand new video from Coffee. Yeah.
Whoa, now, me dep on the go now. Tell them watch it in a traffic, Coffee no slow down. In a me zone, alter to baritone. Soon them a go say it's a queen dep on the throne. You know waste time with the music in your ears like any Q-tip. Used to face time with the blue steel reggae bassline, mama lose it. And I'm on a poly, watch it build the rhythm, put the song up on it. Now them all up on me, say them bother than me, so me kill them and study them and tell me them not understand me, but them say them loving the flow. No. When them see me all over the media, and them hear me the on Wikipedia. Used to fast, now me all get speedier. I a bond stamp, fire can't come. Shatter than a cup of water bomb bomb. Tell Janella, Cinderella, John Tom. Say a prayer, get a quiet answer. Whoa now, me dep on the go now. Tell them watch it in a traffic, Coffee no slow down. In a me zone, alter to baritone. Soon them a go say he's a queen dep on the throne. Wound in them, 5 stars so we wound in them. In a night, in a morning, black over we like a owning them. March out and we storming, and one people we foaming. God, in this party allowing. God in the place so we bounding, boy. Folks now have to hear a next shot. Brother Coffee tear a next track. Give it to them like a crusade. Tell them we're up on a new wave. Uno nothing yet though.
Yo, Davido has had like amazing success in his career, but one of the greatest that he's had currently is selling out O2 Arena in his last 27th of January concert. Guys, it was an amazing concert. Check him out, Davido. Great and amazing concert. And it's actually been on the news for a while now and the whole of the UK media. I mean, guys, check him out. Davido concert in O2 Arena. It was great. Check it out.
Stand up! Stand up!
So what about Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, Jimmy Fox. Yeah, Jimmy Fox actually speaks about his experience in playing on the Mike Tyson role in a new movie that's actually coming out in Ellen
It's
show.
about Mike
Yeah.
Tyson's
Yeah.
life and journey through his life.
Yeah, the life and times of Mike Tyson, and he was actually speaking in the Ellen show, expressing his experience. You know, meeting Mike Tyson for the very first time. You know, Mike Tyson was like, always like
Oh yeah,
a
just
little
a
bit
tough
of
guy.
a tough guy,
Yeah.
aggressive, like, you know, and all the whole thing, like the experience and lifetimes of Mike Tyson has been like about the ups and downs of a celebrity life. So what's up with it? Like,
I mean, Mike Tyson,
Mm.
he had a crazy life, didn't he? He was a professional boxer, and
Yeah.
that must have been so many struggles, so many
So,
ups and downs
yeah,
in his
sure.
life. So I think the movie is great.
it's gonna really be a great movie, guys.
Yeah.
Check out Jimmy Fox at the Ellen show. It's really interesting. Check him out.
About Mike Tyson. I met Mike Tyson when I was 21. You know, we all doing the stand-up comedy at that time, and I was burning LA down. I was like the hottest comic coming through, and I get to my Mike Tyson joke, and we in the hood at this hood club. I get to my Mike Tyson joke, I'm about to kill it, and it's complete silence because Mike Tyson is in the audience. And this is back at the time when Mike is knocking people out for having on the wrong shirt, you know? And so no one's laughing, and then a dude who I still know to this day yelled out from the back, Mike Tyson's in here. Sure. And everybody, and then and some black girls in the front talking about, what you gonna do, Jamie? You gonna tell the joke? You gonna tell your little joke now, Jamie? I'm like, don't get him upset, you know? I'm just trying to do. So then the dude said, Mike said, do the joke. And it better be funny. I'm like, oh, snap. So I do the joke. The joke was funny. I get a standing ovation. All of a sudden, Mike Tyson runs up to him. Hey, you're so funny. You're crazy. Come here. I want to hang out with you. You're crazy. I want to hang out with you. You're funny. Come on. And I started hanging out with Mike Tyson at a time where he was bigger than life. So I didn't know that I was preparing at that time by watching him. And I watched him all the way up. I watched the demise when he went through all of the bad things. And then I watched him when he got out of jail and came to Vegas.
Yeah, guys, we're actually on another interesting part of the show. And on this episode, we're actually presenting, on this part of the show, we're actually presenting a very interesting and outstanding performance by a very talented upcoming artist by the name Cam Anthony. Cam Anthony actually appeared in the Apollos, and which was featuring Steve Harvey. And guys, check out the performance of this young dude, and we'll talk about him much more later. Yeah, check him out.
You ready to go?
I am.
Y'all want to see him do his thing? Folks, give it up for Cam Anthony.
Oh, yeah. When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Or will your eyes still smile from your cheek? And darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. Oh my God. Yeah. And maybe my heart can still fall as hard at 23. Yeah. Said I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways.
So Cam Anthony.
Yeah. So what's up? What's up with his performance?
He's just 17 and
about 16 or so.
16, 17,
thereabout,
yeah. And he's such a great performer. He has that, stage presence. Really, he catches the eye of the.
You saw the lady that came
audience.
that everyone went crazy for him.
Yeah, everyone went crazy for him. All the black audience.
Yeah, I think
gotta be honest.
like, you also saw the Arab lady who was like.
Oh yeah, she was great too. Yeah. But, yeah.
So what's up with the voice transition? Because you see, most of these artists, when they're actually starting newly, like Justin Bieber, for instance. I'm sorry, I love the music of Justin Bieber, but I've never really been like the period of baby, 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 ooh, baby. No, I was never really a fan.
When I first heard him, I thought it was a woman singing.
Whoa!
I really thought so. I really thought so. But as you can see, his voice transition went for the better because he really sounds pretty damn good right now.
Yeah, that's really great. Yeah. That's really great. So what's up, Chucks, with the B2K guys? You like, they're coming together. When they started, it was like little kids doing their thing, but currently, like, I heard they're actually coming up on tour, or they're coming together to put up this great tour themselves. What's up with their transition? What's up with their voices? What happened? What's new about this guy?
Of course, they're grown men now, so they got grown men voices, but they're still going to draw these women who were teenagers, and the women are going to come because they're going to want to relive those moments, because I think for some of the women in the back of their heads, they would still like before them to be their future baby daddies. Yeah. So I think they won't have any problem. What they said was they're going to they're going to go in the studio to work over their old songs, and they might come together, if it goes well, to create new music. So I think if they do that, they'll have no problem with sales.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, and also we're learning that Kim Kardashian recently shared like a video, like a Snapchat video
story
of Kanye West, not Kanye, not being able to keep up actually with the Kardashian on their way to church. And it seemed like what is it about Kardashian with the church thing? I mean, the Kanye West with the church things. Like, is he trying to be a pastor?
I don't know. Well, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West have their own thing going on, and Kanye, he's always in his own reality, and he really wants to create he wants to send a message of supporting artists that are being, negatively displayed in the media right now. For example, he had a speech about Michael Jackson and the new movie coming up.
The doc series. He's actually complaining about the doc series against Michael Jackson. Now we're going to talk about that much more later. But the thing is, his daughter was actually singing in this. I think it was like a blue, a kind of an imaginary heaven kind of setting. Is he like a pastor of the church or something? Like, he's like, I don't get it. Like, this guy,
I don't know, he's trying to do his own thing, and Kanye always does his own thing, so you never know what he's gonna come up with next. But for now, I guess he's a pastor of a church.
Of a church,
yeah, that's his thing now.
So guys, check him out. What do you guys think about this picture? I like this video of Kanye, and it's this serene, heavenly, hallowed church setting. It was really entertaining. I like to be in that church someday. What's up? We like?
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
Look him out, guys.
So let's talk about Kim Kardashian a bit more and what's going on with her, with the game.
Yeah, it was actually the game is actually putting up like a new album. Like, he's been working, like he released something last year October. And he's coming up with something new. And I don't really know why. I mean, he had this thing with Cleo, and he's had this thing with, Kim. And, I think he's got like one more member of the family he had something with. He actually talked about that in his in the live in a live show. But the thing is that he
with Wendy Williams.
Yeah, Wendy Williams in his live show with Wendy Williams, he tried to explain, his relationship with those people. But the fact is, how come like he's coming up to talk about his sexual experience with Kim? That's somebody's
I
wife.
mean,
So
he's just showing two faces, you know. On live TV, on Vanille Williams' show, he said that he would never disrespect Kanye, and Kanye is a good friend of his. But on his new song, he actually talks about choking Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
And all kinds of explicit stuff. So it really doesn't make sense for me to turn like completely 360 degrees like that.
It's really crazy. Like, he's always like he's got this whole gang, situation also surrounding him. But the point is like, bringing up a grown man's family's story in yours, just to, I think all these things just to get attention.
Definitely sell something. And
come
really,
on, dude, man, you're grown beyond that. I mean, you can do that. That's really wrong. I don't accept that.
I mean, if you really want to be like respected artist, these are not the steps to go to. Like, these are not the steps to follow, because really, like, when you diss someone and you don't, like, when you, like, not diss someone but disrespect someone, it's like, it's not really like the just way to do.
Yeah, that was the past. You can't keep repeating this. Guys, check him out. Like, check out what he had to say at the Wendy Williams show. And after saying that, he still went back to, pick up his own vomit. That's actually bullshit. Check him out.
He has a song, and in the song, you clearly hear him say that he slept with 3 Kardashians. Now, I've got a picture of an array of Kardashians, including the mother. Because, okay, have you slept with Khloe? Have you, well, you know what? Let me just show you my receipts.
Sometimes it gets late at night and, it just, people, I don't know. Go ahead. Go ahead, your receipts.
I'm gonna show you my receipts and then we'll get back to this line of questioning. Hit it. Were you hooking up with Khloe Kardashian?
No. No.
I just said, oh.
That hit me, that was...
He said no, but he cleared his throat. Okay, so here's my thought. You got down with Khloe. Now, did you get down with Kourtney?
No.
Kim?
You know what? This is what I'll say. I'll tell you this. Kanye is a really good friend of mine, and they got really, really beautiful kids, and I don't want to disrespect their family.
Yeah, Lamar's a really good friend of yours, too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, it's Khloe, it's Kim. Have you slept with the mom?
Nah. Hey, Kris Jenner's cool,
Okay, what about the other two, the Jenner girls?
They not Kardashians.
Oh. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as Meatloaf would say.
Yeah. Well, no, it's...
Oh.
It was 3. It gets a little tricky.
Okay.
China ain't married yet.
So Jay-Z and Beyonce have come up with a new trend, which is to go vegan, and they have actually offered their fans tickets for life, which would be 30 years because they can't perform all their lives.
Wow.
Yeah, for fans who go vegan, and it's a great challenge because they have actually come into team with this company called Greenprint, which offer, and their friend actually challenged them to take up this 22-day challenge to become vegan, and they have actually stuck with this diet ever since,
Wow.
So they have been vegan for for 2 years now, I think.
Yeah, so they drunk in love a couple. I hope they're still getting drunk in love.
Yeah.
They actually doing this whole vegan, challenge thing for their fans, and it's actually a great way of encouraging, people to go vegan. But I actually learned, in as much as I am not a vegan myself, but I also learned, the whole thing that since animals can actually have cancer and animals actually feed on plants, I don't know what is the real thing about the whole, the whole situation that inspired the vegan
The thing
move.
that
But I
inspired
think,
them is that they will decrease their their environmental footprint, you know, because the whole thing about eating meat is that it creates a lot of pathways to pollution, and there are so many ways we pollute the earth by eating meat. So they wanted to really decrease the ecological footprint and make sure that people are economically aware of their environment.
Yeah, I actually agree on that. But I actually think about, you know, being an African, you know, I know how we all grew up in Africa. We depend so much on meat, and we do not have all the whole sanctilicious or beautiful or nice economic situation where you can have like depend on the vegetables all your life. Or currently being a vegan in Africa, it's like the thing for the rich, because the poor man has got no choice for what he's going to eat. So it's easy for anyone to say, you have to be vegan. I think for the vegan thing, yeah, the Asian Africans had a way of surviving on plants. But right now, plants is very expensive for the poor man, you know, for the Africans. So a lot of people do not have choices of what they have to eat. So I think it's a good move, but it's also not like a compulsory thing or very relevant to the man who can afford this kind of lifestyle. But guys, check out these guys. They're doing a good job. Like, it's great. Let's
of course they couldn't you know direct African people, but they were directing their fans, obviously.
But there are a lot of fans in Africa who can afford, you know,
who can't afford
as vegans. It's
but
expensive for a lot
they
of
were
our
mainly
people.
targeting the people who could come to the concerts, you know, and everything. But fun fact, actually, Kanye West, what am I talking about? Jay-Z, he said that this diet, this challenge actually came at a very, very convenient time for him.
Because he
was turning 44 years old, and the challenge is 22 days. 2 + 2 = 4. That's his logic behind this. He said that, and the end of the challenge was on Christmas Eve, actually. So that was his whole explanation of how this challenge became a spiritual thing for him.
Okay.
And that he saw like some deeper meaning into this vegan challenge.
Whoa, that's great.
Yeah.
That's nice. Actually, good luck to the celebrity couple. I think it's a good thing that they're actually encouraging that. You know, we have to protect our environment and see to it that, you know, we'll make the world better than we met it, you know. Good luck to them. Guys, check out, you know, this two couple. Let's watch a little bit of their video, Drunk in Love. Check them out.
I've been drinking. I get filthy when that liquor get it to me. I've been thinking. Why can't I keep my fingers off it, baby? I want you, nah, nah. Why can't I keep my fingers off it, baby? I want you, nah, nah. Cigars on ice. Feeling like an animal with these cameras all in my grill. Flashing lights. You got me pity, baby. I want you, nah, nah. Can't keep your eyes off my petty daddy. I want you, nah, nah. Drunk in love, I want you. We woke up in the kitchen saying, how the hell did this shit happen? Oh, baby. Drunk in love.
Paris Jackson denies having a meltdown, saying she only had a break off the social media, and it's really she actually stopped by on a UK TV during one of those interviews, and while she was on holiday in London, and she was like, you know, she didn't really have that. It was not actually a mental breakdown, because there's all story about her being, in a mental home, a
Apparently,
mental
she
facility.
was admitted. No, she admitted herself to a sanatorium.
Okay.
Yeah, which would make sense. It's nothing bad. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and it doesn't mean that she had a mental breakdown. It just means that she needed a break from all the drama.
Yeah, so that's what she actually thought about.
Yeah.
When she said that she had she said she was off social media for a while. Because sometimes it can be crazy, this whole social media drama and all the stuff that's going on. So sometimes it's very important that, these people get off, people get off all this whole craziness of social media and all that. Meanwhile, we learned Nicki Minaj is announcing the release of the 5th studio album. It's very interesting. She's actually featuring Meek Mills and Drake on this new album. So what's up with it? What's up with
Meek Mill? He was incarcerated for a very, very long time.
Was it really long? I was like, what's up, Chucks? Was it really that long? It was a period of time. He had within a year or two.
But that's still pretty long for what he did, wasn't it?
Popping a wheelie.
For popping a wheelie.
But he was under probation, and this goes back to the Clintons when they the Super Predator, where they did the 3 strikes. So no matter what you do, if it's small or big, if you get 3 strikes, you have to go to jail. And actually, Donald Trump is trying. I think he just did something to try to prison reform, but basically, Meek Mills went to jail for a year and a half or more because he popped a wheelie on a motorcycle.
It's just ridiculous.
And I learned he's actually coming up. I think. Him alongside there's some couple of rappers, they're actually coming together. Jay-Z and they're actually coming together for coming up to create a better condition for people who have been incarcerated wrongfully in this whole situation.
Because during Meek Mill's time, the situation in prisons was
really terrible.
Really terrible.
Very terrible. Yeah, let's go to Rihanna's brother. What's up with her?
Well, Rihanna's brother, Ronald Fenty, that's his name. He actually was accused of battery and accused of attacking a man. The first man was Lee and Lingo. Yeah. And the second man was Andrew Thompson, I think. Yeah. So he was attacked by this man allegedly, and he's facing some prison time because of this. Yeah,
they're actually dealing with the whole situation, but because it's Rihanna's brother, so he's actually been in the news. And also in the news, we're having that the Grammy-nominated rapper 21 Savage has been arrested by the ICE, the Immigration and Custom Enforcement in the U.S. for actually overstaying his 2005 to 2006 visa. The British-born, rapper. Yeah. He actually came into America. He was actually brought into America at a very young age. Yeah. By his parents. The 10 or 11 or thereabout. And the point is that he's a minor, so it's not actually in the case of a minor to decide what happens to his immigration situation or status. So it's actually crazy that he's on the verge of being sent back to the UK right now. At the peak of his career, when he's actually doing very well with his stuff.
He has a very nice song, Bank Account, and as well as another one.
Great songs he has. Guys, check him out. 21 Savage. Feel so sad for the man.
Turn my headphone down a little bit. Yeah. How much money you got? 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 A lot. How much money you got? A lot. How many problems you got? A lot. How many people done doubted you? A lot. Left you out to rot? A lot. How many pray that you flop? A lot. How many lawyers you got? A lot. How many times you got shot? A lot. How many niggas you shot? A lot. How many times did you ride? A lot. How many niggas done died? A lot. How many times did you cheat? A lot. How many times did you lie? A lot. How many times times did she leave? A lot. How many times did she cry? A lot. How many chances she done gave you? Fuck around with these thighs. Every day that I'm alive, I'ma ride with this stick. I'd rather be broke in jail than be dead and rich. Told my brothers take my breath if I turn to a snitch. But I'm 21 for L, ain't no way I'ma switch. Penitentiary chances just to make a couple bucks. My heart so cold I could put it in my cup. Game versus the world, me and my dog, it was us. Then you went and wrote a statement and that really fucked me up. My brother lost his life.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we actually learned the new album of Nicki Minaj is actually, the top of the range. What's up with the album?
Her new album called Barbie Going Bad.
Yeah, Barbie Going
is
Bad.
coming out. She has Drake and Meek Mill featuring on it.
Wow.
And she has been doing some freestyles as well of Meek Mill's and Drake's song Going Bad and Drip Gunna song what's it called? Drip Too Hard.
Drip Too Hard, guys. So check them out, guys.
Yeah.
I want you all to look at the video and tell me what you think about it. Great and amazing, freestyle in there.
Yeah,
check 'em
very,
out.
very, very amazing.
Run that back, Turbo.
I just got 10 million bucks for shit that I ain't even do yet. You spent your money, but I ain't say I was your boo yet. You got your feelings hurt, I ain't really mean to do that. I'm just a bad bitch, I'm sorry I put you through that. I'm from New York, but we don't never say good morning. Ripping the block and he don't come on till the morning. I always prayed to have a building with a doorman. Now I'm so busy, I gotta turn on these endorsements. Now I'm flaunting everything that I wanted. Remember a time when I couldn't even afford it. Now I'm in stores, I get everything that fits me. Chanel mix slides and shades so they don't know it's me. Drip too hard, got a zip too hard. Ain't gon' fuck around and drown off this way. Pretty little toes, stunting on these hoes. Buy another bag soon as I get paid. Bad little vibe, keep up on my side. Here's a dirty bitch, gotta catch this fade. Do it all the time, still I'm in my prime. Couple new blessings every time we pray. I'm still the same bitch from the city of the potholes. She said, oh, I got those. I said, no, it's not those. I don't fuck with birds, but you bitches on my cot though. If I want some chicken and waffles, I go to Roscoe's. Cooler than the winter, but I heat up like the summer. Fucking with my baby, I'm a gunner. When I say baby, I ain't talking about stunner. I'm talking about Lil like Weezy, you wanna come up. Zip too hard, gotta zip too hard. Ain't gon' fuck around and drown off this way.
Yeah, Jermaine Jackson is speaking up against the new doc series, Living Neverland. Jermaine was recently in London and he stopped over at the ITV Good Morning Britain. He's actually speaking against the doc series that is actually directed by Dan Reed, which focuses on Wab Robson and James Sefcock. And these two people are actually coming together to explain or express the fact that they were abused. They were both abused by Michael Jackson.
Both of them were very young, around 6, 7, when this experience allegedly happened, and it's a very, very controversial topic because, as we talked about before, Paris and all of Michael Jackson's relatives are speaking against this documentary and denying all accusations against him. As well as Marco Jackson.
There's been
a good friend of theirs.
Yeah, they've been like this whole allegation was actually denied within a period of time in the court. We talked about this whole thing in the last episode we had, but the thing that's so annoying about all this whole thing is the fact that I really, really, really do think that Dan Reed, it's actually making a lot out of this whole doc series. First of all, it was all about the whole R. Kelly thing. Yeah, we do know that R. Kelly, had this whole situation against, about his, sexual, predation against young girls. But the point still remains that why commercializing it? Why making money off it? That's the wrong thing. That's completely absolute nonsense.
It should be solved in court.
Yeah, it should be solved in court, and the whole media ranting and appropriating from people's effort and career. That's really crazy. Because the most annoying thing in this whole situation is that we all know that there is no artist that's without fault, but the point remains that you can deal with a person and separate the legacy from the person.
Exactly.
You know, because I mean, the time is gonna come when you can imagine, like, we're gonna be closing the show right now with a beautiful performance by Dakota Brown of R. Kelly's song. You can imagine R. Kelly doing so much, contributing so much to the career of a lot of people, but because he was involved in this whole, you know, situation, people are actually coming up to say, okay, let's mute R. Kelly's music, let's stop everything he has done. Come on, the fact that you committed a crime does not mean that when you retire, you know, from your job period, that your gratuity should not be paid to you.
Yeah.
You know, you can serve your terms for the crime you committed, but you should not be denied of the benefit of the
And if we come
effort.
to the point, like what Kanye West basically said, if we're gonna accuse all artists, like if we're gonna accuse artists of their crimes, why not accuse all the artists? Like, take Da Vinci's painting out of the Louvre.
Yeah, that's the point.
Because there are some artists in our time that have done many things that are not right.
Yeah, there are many things that are not right, and you know, we're all trying to appropriate, you know, from their jobs, and you know, a lot of guys are making YouTube videos of R. Kelly's story. They're trying to make money off the whole situation. This whole thing is actually a hypocrisy situation. I don't really believe that it's really all about the Me Too movement, making making a situation out of the whole thing in defense of the oppressed.
You're just taking out your own slice of
the whole story.
Yeah.
And that's it. So guys, so we're gonna be ending up on the note of, when a woman loves, she loves for real. I don't think I'm getting it right, but check out Dakota Brown performing R. Kelly, She Loves. Great performance, guys. Check them out.
See a woman in love, she will never die, no. Even when I'm dead and gone, I'm gonna love her from the sky, 'cause she's giving me something that no other woman is giving me. Ooh, when I think about the girl, it makes me sing.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's been your boy DT Worldwide and your girl
Hanan Taib.
And I hope you guys really enjoyed this beautiful and wonderful episode of Celebrating Night Out. Always keep it locked down on www.kingsprimetv.com for special reality TV show, movies, documentaries, sports, different live channel streaming, and all the beautiful, amazing entertainment program, including trending hits in Africa and the different Caribbeans and all different parts of the world. Yeah, Hanan.
New popping stuff on there.
Popping stuff in there. Yeah. So Hanan, what's up? What are we expecting? We're expecting greater things.
We're expecting even better and newer episodes. So you better check them out when they come out. They're gonna be great.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
Only on KP TV. Check them out.
Beats by Finkies.
Ladies and gentlemen, is the African J-pop star, Don Tom. Listen, today I celebrate. Too much cash on the chocolates. Honey will bless me with cash. Right now I they elevate. See them, they make they see me, they talk my cash. See them right now and on they elevate. Too much cash on the chocolates. I celebrate. Pump champagne and more.
celebrate. Pop champagne and Moet. Every day I celebrate.